The Grey Lady is a common ghost in British folklore, and she is often associated with old castles and manor houses. The Grey Lady is said to be the ghost of a former resident or servant who has unfinished business in the world of the living. She is typically depicted wearing a long grey dress, which is sometimes tattered or torn. The Grey Lady is often seen as a benign presence, and is said to be a protector of the place where she haunts. She may be seen wandering the halls of the old house or castle, or in some cases, she is said to materialize only to those who need her help. In some versions of the story, the Grey Lady is the ghost of a woman who died tragically, and her spirit remains bound to the place where she died. In other versions, she is a former servant who was mistreated in life and has returned to seek revenge. The Grey Lady is often a popular figure in ghost tours and is a well-known feature of many haunted house stories. She is seen as a symbol of the past, and her presence serves as a reminder of the history and mystery of the place where she haunts. The woman in white is a common theme in ghost stories from around the world. She is often depicted as a ghostly apparition, appearing suddenly and unexpectedly in dark and isolated places. The woman is often seen as a harbinger of doom or a warning of impending danger. In many versions of the story, the woman in white is the ghost of a bride who died tragically on her wedding day. The cause of her death varies from story to story, but she is often said to have died of a broken heart or as a result of foul play. She is typically depicted wearing a long white dress, which is sometimes stained with blood or mud. The woman in white is often associated with lonely roads, dark forests, and abandoned buildings. She is said to appear suddenly, often at night, and to vanish just as quickly. In some versions of the story, she is a malevolent presence seeking revenge on those who wronged her. In other versions, she is a benign presence seeking to warn or protect those who encounter her. The Bell Witch is a legendary spirit or ghost that is said to have haunted the Bell family in Adams, Tennessee during the early 19th century. The story of the Bell Witch is one of the most famous ghost stories in American folklore. According to legend, the haunting began in 1817 when John Bell, the patriarch of the Bell family, saw a strange animal in his field that had the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit. After this incident, strange things began to happen around the Bell farm, including unexplained noises, moving objects, and physical attacks on family members. The Bell Witch was said to have communicated with the family through a variety of means, including speaking out loud, whispering, and writing messages. The entity was said to have a particular vendetta against John Bell and his daughter Betsy, and would often torment them with physical violence and verbal abuse. The Bell Witch's reputation as a malevolent entity grew over time, and many people in the surrounding area became afraid of the spirit. The haunting lasted for several years and is said to have ended with John Bell's death in 1820. There are many different versions of the Bell Witch legend, and it is difficult to separate fact from fiction. However, the story has been the subject of many books, plays, and movies, and remains a popular topic in American folklore. Bloody Mary. The story of Bloody Mary is a popular legend that has been told for generations. The legend typically involves summoning a vengeful spirit by saying her name 3 times in front of a mirror.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
The origins of the story are unclear, but it has been suggested that it may have originated in medieval Europe as a way to scare children away from mirrors. In some versions of the story, Bloody Mary is said to be the ghost of a woman who was murdered or wronged in some other way. She is often depicted as a malevolent figure, who seeks revenge on those who summon her. In many cultures, the story of Bloody Mary is a popular party game, and it has been adapted into numerous movies and TV shows. The Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman is a famous character in American folklore, and the story of the Headless Horseman is said to have originated in Washington Irving's 1820 short story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. According to the story, the horseman is the ghost of a Hessian soldier who fought for the British during the Revolutionary War. He was decapitated by a cannonball during a battle and is said to have risen from the dead as a vengeful spirit. The horseman is often depicted as a malevolent figure, who terrorizes the townspeople of Sleepy Hollow and seeks revenge for his own death. He is known for his iconic appearance, which includes riding a black horse and carrying a pumpkin or his own severed head. The story of the Headless Horseman has been adapted into numerous movies, television shows, and other forms of popular culture.